Hello, my name is CJ Lane, and I will be reviewing Akira Kurosawa's film Rashomon from 1950. The mise-en-scène is incredibly important in this film because many intricate details are included to aid the grandiose philosophy of this film about reality versus perception. This film has become such a thoughtful experience that the very name of this psychological phenomenon, where there are multiple different accounts of the same event with no way of knowing which one is true, has become known as the Rashomon effect. Akira Kurosawa was one of the most prominent filmmakers from Japan, and his work has had great significance in introducing projects from the Japanese film industry to Western markets in Europe and America. In Rashomon, we see the telling of 4 different perspectives of the same crime. This is accomplished with an innovative narrative structure where we see 3 different settings that serve different purposes in telling the story. We first see the broken down Kyoto Gate where 3 men discuss the trial, and we see the trial itself where the testimony of the different perspectives are shown, and we see the forest where all the different versions of the crime are played out directly as described. As the viewer, however, we have no way of knowing who is telling the truth because all 4 accounts have varying details of what happened. The mise-en-scène that I think best articulates this is when we are in the forest during the woodcutter's account of the story. Now, when the Kyoto Gate scenes are being shown, there is heavy rain outside, and when we are seeing the trial happening, there is ample sunlight, but the person in the foreground giving the testimony is in the shade. Both of these accounts are great ways of showing how the truth is kept in the dark, and we as the audience have to participate ourselves to come to our own conclusion of what happened. However, I would argue that the mise-en-scène that most effectively captures this aspect of the film's theme of determining truth is when in the forest during the woodcutter's perspective toward the beginning of the film, the forest is incredibly dense, and when he first comes into frame, he is relatively far away, and we see him running through after stumbling upon pieces of evidence. There's a shot of the sun, and in that shot we see the most direct representation of the metaphor, because as a kinetic shot with a moving camera, we can see how the foliage in the forest is so dense that the sunlight is fairly spotty and isn't able to fully get through to the ground. This shows how, as the viewer, we can't get an entire view of the entire crime to see exactly what happened in the forest. The only details that we get are the different variations from what these people are saying happened. Right after the look we get of the sky through the treetops, in the same sequence, when the woodcutter is running through the forest, he's being filmed from further away, and we see again how the density of the forest impacts our ability to fully see exactly what is going on in the film. And he is constantly behind the dense foliage, and there are some moments when he seems to disappear completely from the camera's view as he is running. And I found these pieces of mise-en-scène in Rashomon to be extraordinary, and their ability to truly represent the complexity of the psychological puzzle in the story is a stroke of true genius. And Akira Kurosawa continued to make groundbreaking films that examine themes of the human condition and is well regarded as one of the greatest directors of all time. Thank you.